here. Today we're gonna do a grapevine fall wreath. So I found these really pretty fall silk flowers when I was at Hobby Lobby the other day, and I just thought we really have to do one of these. So I thought it would be fun. So let's get started. Okay, so I have 2 bushes of this flower. Now I don't know if we'll need all 2. Probably not. I have a couple different options of what you can put on the grapevine wreath with these flowers. I have some bendable ivy. I love this stuff. I have this cute little sign that says "Bless this home." And then I have this pumpkin. Now this is a plastic pumpkin, but you can cut it in half and put it right on your wreath. I also have a little scarecrow. You could put him there. So there's several different options of what you can do with it. This is the ribbon that I'm going to use. I really like this. This is the really pretty fall colors that are out right now. And I like this. It's kind of an ombre, and it just kind of blends very well with that. They're both wire edge. This is 1.5 and this is a 2.5. And then we have an 18-inch grapevine wreath. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this little metal piece off from where the price tag was. Alright. So what I like to do when I'm doing, let me make sure you can see that well. Okay. What I like to do when I'm doing a wreath like this is I like to pick one that's pretty tight. Now I don't want it to be so tight that I can't get anything in there, but I want it to be tight enough so that I can put all of my flowers in and they're going to stay pretty well. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to use this sign. But what I like to do is I like to figure out what thing I'm going to put over here first, and I like to make my bow. So, oh, I also found, look at these. Aren't these cute? There are just all kinds of things you could put in a grapevine wreath like this. So the first thing we're going to do to get started is we're going to make just a nice simple bow. I'm going to do a double one, about 22 inches. So I'm just going to cut those off and hold them because we're going to use those. And then I'll get started on my ribbon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do about 10 inches, about right here. I'm just going to pinch it. I want to have just a little bit of excess. So I'm going to pinch it about there. Right, yep. So that's still a 10 inch. And then I'm going to twist it and come up and make another loop just like this one. Pinch it. Okay. I'm going to twist this one and make another loop. So I want to make sure. Yes. Okay. So there's my 3 loops. Just like that. So this one's pretty simple. So now I will cut a tail, about 12 inches. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to take some floral wire and just run it around my ribbon here. I'm just going to twist it one good time because I just want to make sure it's going to stay together. I want to have, probably about 20 inches on this. Now I've cut it in half, but I want to have enough so that I can tie it around this wreath. Now see this little piece that's extra? I'm just going to kind of hide it behind the back of that. I don't want it to come loose, but I don't want you to see that either. Okay, so there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this smaller one and I am going to go right on top of this one. So I'm going to undo my wire now because I need to be able to get to it. I'm going to put my little edge down here. And I'm going to go around the first one, hold it down here, twist it, go around the second one. See, now all I'm doing is putting the two together like that. Okay, hold it, twist it, go around this one, pinch it in the middle like that. There we go. See? Okay, then I'm going to cut about 12 inches. Alright, so see, these two will be together. So now I want to make sure that these little extra pieces that I cut are going to be hidden in here. Now we're going to put something in the middle of this, so that's not really going to be a problem. So I'll take my wire, make sure I have the middle, and I'm just going to pull it around, and I want to make sure I have all the pieces in there. And then I'm going to pull it tight and twist it. Let's make sure it's all tied up. Yes. Okay. So just twist that off. There we go. Now, alright, so that's what our bow looks like. I'm going to take these two pieces and I'm going to bend them over and cut at an angle just to give it that nice little detail. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I want to figure out where I want this to go. So I want this to go about right here. And I've gotten one of my streamers cut. I need to cut the other one. So I'm just going to use it as a guide. Okay. Cut that off. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Fold it. Bend it over. And cut at an angle. There we go. And I'm just going to find the middle. Pinch it. Just like this, and I'm going to put it in the back of the bow, like this. And then I want to tie it really tight. Make sure it's not going to come loose. There we go. And I just kind of move these around. All right. So now, what I want to do is I want to take this and I want to tie it down to the base. So, let's see. I think I want my base to look like this. So I'm going to tie it up here at the top. I'm just going to go around the back. I'm just going to tie it real tight with my wire here. Like this. Give it a good amount of twisting. You can even use pliers, just kind of makes it a little faster. There we go. Then I will cut it off. And I will hide this back behind all of this grapevine, like that. Okay. So now, this is the reason that I made, you know, an extra tail. So I want one going up here. I want one going back here. Or I mean, one going down and one going across, like this. I just like that little extra detail. I will move my bow around, get it where I want it to go. That. Okay. So for this one in the back, I want to make sure it's going to stay back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn on my hot glue gun, and I'm going to put a dab of glue right back here and kind of glue it on. Okay, so now that we've gotten that done, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut flowers. So I just love these colors together. And I really love to buy in bunches like this because all the colors are already matching, and so I don't have to really think about what I want to match. It's just easy. So I'm not going to cut these very long because I don't want them to stick out the back. See, if you cut it, see, that's not very long. Let's see how long that is. Oh, a little over 2 inches. So if I put that in, I can put it in at an angle, and then it shouldn't stick out the back. See? Oh, this is pretty together. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and cut all of these, and then when I come back, we'll start placing them around. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to use the scarecrow or the sign. I'm kind of leaning towards the scarecrow. Yeah, he looks really cute. Okay, so I'll get all these cut, and then I'm also going to cut these little ones and the little white flowers because it just will give it a nice little look. And then when I come back, we'll start placing the flowers and the ivy and some leaves. And that'll be it. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've gotten a lot cut up. So, the first thing I want to do, and I'll tell you, this is a electric skillet from Walmart, and I just melted regular glue sticks in it. It just makes it a little bit faster, but you could do the same thing with a hot glue gun. But I will just kind of run my flowers in it. Now I'm going to figure out the placement before I put it down, but I do want to put one right here in the middle of this bow because it helps it blend in with the wreath. So I wanted to do that one because I knew for sure I was going to put that there. Okay, so I'll fluff my bow back up. I want this coming down like that. Okay, so now when I am doing a wreath like this, I like to pretend like I have an invisible line. So if I'm doing one side, I want to make sure that this part and this part is even. If I'm doing like half of it, then I want there to be a circle like this. So what I'm really saying is, if you put a bunch up here and there's a bunch sticking up here, you should have a bunch sticking down here. So you want it to be even. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start placing the big flowers first. I have some with leaves on it. Like that. So I want to place them on, see where I like them to go. There. I can just pull that out for now. I want to put some kind of on the inside here. Some kind of on the outer edge, like this. And I don't want my flowers to be all clumped up. So, there. I want there to be some distinction. Let's see. There. Maybe one up here. Let's move that one over. Well, let's put it over here. See, because then once I have decided that I like where I have my flowers, then I will just pick them up, put the glue in, and we'll keep going. Okay. Okay. Maybe one up here. Okay, so remember, we're leaving this space right here to put either our sign or our little guy who must have fallen down. We'll see where to go. Yep, there he is. All right. So see, here's our little guy. See? Okay, so I only have a couple more of these. So I want to put those on. There. Maybe down here. That. There we go. Okay. You see how I kind of, right now I just have my little line, but now of course it needs a lot. So then I'll put, you know, little flowers in around it like this and start filling in. So once I'm sure I'm pretty happy with the placement of flowers, then I will just take them out, run them through my glue, make sure I have a good amount of glue on them, and place them back down. Okay. So I won't make you watch all this. I'll actually go off camera and glue all this in. And then when I come back, we will start filling in with all this cute little extra stuff we have. So I'll be back. Okay, so I have all that glued in. So now I'm going to start adding some more. This time I will go ahead and glue them in because it's just the little filler. If I'm not sure of a placement, I will put it in, check it, then glue it. Okay. The filler's pretty easy. You can just kind of place it around. I just want to get some more color in it. And fill up some of the space. Okay. Put some inside here. Yeah. We have these cute little things. I love these. Hi, Bella. Okay. So we have all of this space to fill in, so just kind of fill in as you like. Whoops. This is a little bit longer than I want. Okay. Because I don't really want anything to come out in the back. Now if it does, what I will do is I will just trim it off and possibly put a leaf over it. So, just to make sure it's not going to scratch a door or anything. Okay. So I'll just keep going around placing these. Just want to get everything filled in and have a nice amount. Okay. Cut this up a little bit. Okay. So I don't really have a specific rhyme or reason to the way that I put in the filler. I just look for places that need extra. And I just put it there. Okay. Like that. See, I like these little flowers. They kind of give it a little bit of a delicate look. I don't want to go too far over because we want to leave a little room for our sign or scarecrow. So, you see how putting this stuff around this flower around this bow kind of makes it blend in well? Let's see. Let's put some down here. There we go. Okay. I still have a few more of these. Put one here. There we go. Angle it a little bit. There we go. Maybe a little right here. Once you get your major pieces placed, then the rest is really easy, just kind of filling in different places. Just looking for areas that need a little filler. Okay. See, we still have our ivy, so we can put some of that in too. So the ivy, I really like the ivy because, first of all, it's bendable. So you can, put this off at the end here. You can bend it and make it go where you want it to. So I can place it in back here and kind of have it coming around like that. See, I like that. Alright. So I'll just keep going around and filling in the ivy. I'm going to use the ivy to get just a little bit of height out of it. So, see, and I still want it to be kind of going in our little Same general direction. Okay. There we go. Glue, glue. Okay. I have these little pieces here, and I'm going to use these to fill in these areas where we still need a little bit of extra. So I still have a little flower. Let's see. Maybe right over here. Okay. There we go. There we go. I want my bow to blend in, but I also don't want to lose it. So there we go. Alright, so I'll continue putting some of these little ones in. Okay. Look in here. There. Okay. This one a little bit. Another great thing to do is to take some of these leaves, and what I will do is I will just cut some off like this. And I will take this little top piece and I will bend it over just like that so they won't come loose. Like that. I think I need quite that much. And you can put some glue on that. And then just kind of put it behind your flowers like this to have some leaves. Like that. See how that just kind of blends in? There. Okay. So that's the way that I get all my greenery in there. I wanted to save some of these. I want to do the same thing at the bottom. Because remember, you want to have it so that it's almost like a mirror. It doesn't have to be exact, but you still want that same line, that invisible line you have going at the top. You want that invisible line going at the bottom. Otherwise, it's not going to look balanced. So that's the whole thing you're trying to do. You're just trying to balance out your wreath. Okay. Whew. Okay. See, and I'm just sticking it right in like that. Then just kind of bending it so that it goes in that general sweeping direction. Here, I've got another one. Let's see. Ah, here we go. Here's the longer ones. Okay, so let's get one of those in. So this one's a lot longer, so I'm just gonna kind of stick it behind that one and then have it coming, twisting over like that. Just a little bit more. Yep. Okay. Now the great thing about these grapevine wreaths is they are a lot faster than doing a deco mesh. Yeah, I just love deco mesh. But these are a lot faster, so if you don't have as much time for a project, then you can do one of these and you'll be done in no time. You know, you can get these done in 30 minutes or so. Okay. Let's put a little green over here. And in here. That. See all my glue strings? Just pull them out. Okay. You see how it's looking so far? Just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to put one going up right behind my bow back here. I'll push this up. Stick it in and then twist around. So I want to have some here in the middle. There we go. Okay. There we go. See, that's looking pretty good. All right. Now, I think I'll put one little one right there. Okay. I want to fill in some of that outer. Let's see. Where else do we need? That's looking good. There, you see how we have, so just a little hint of our bow up here, of our little tails, and then our little tails kind of hanging down here. So it gives you a little bit of that bow showing. Okay, we have a little bit more of this. So let's see, let's put it right in there. Okay, and then the rest I will just fill in with leaves. Anywhere I see I need to put a leaf. So, okay, there we go. All right. So I like this, it's nice and full. Okay, so I guess it's time that we decide whether we are going to do the sign or the scarecrow. Well, I'm going to put that off a few more minutes, and I'm just going to kind of fill in with some flowers. So, because I still haven't decided. I see some areas in here, so I will just cut a little bit off. I don't want quite as big a leaf, so I will bend this over here. Now, if you don't like the leaves that came with the flower, you can always add a different kind. That's okay too. I do that a lot. So, put some leaves in here. There we go. You can do single leaves. Just cut them off. Put a little glue on them. Let's see. We could put one in here with our bow. That looks cute. I see some areas that need something, so stick it right down in there. There we go. Okay. It's okay to use the smaller ones if you don't want to cover up the things you already have. So, just to have a little spot of green coming out. I like the smaller ones. They're not overpowering. Okay. And at this point you can just fill until you're comfortable. Until it has enough that you feel like it's the look that you were going for. So that's the great thing about these, or really any wreath, really. If you like it, then it's great. And that's all that matters. All right. I'm just gonna cut a few more. Fill in a couple places, and then we're gonna put our piece down. Okay. I like that. Okay, so we're almost done. Move all this out. Let's start this. Okay, so we've gotten all the flowers and everything on it. We looked at this. Wanted to show you another thing I thought of. They have these at the Dollar Tree. Isn't that cute? That would be cute here. I like that. We looked at the sign. And we looked at doing a pumpkin. And I've decided that I want to use the scarecrow. But I think he's kind of too small for this wreath. He kind of gets lost because see, all the colors are perfect. So I thought what I could do is add a second scarecrow. So look, isn't that cute? Alright, so both of these came from the Dollar Tree. They're just $1. They had the stick on the back. I just pulled the stick out. Now what I'm going to do is I want to put these two together, and I kind of want to look like they're, you know, holding arm in arm like this. So what I can do is I can take some of this wire and clip some off. Okay. Then I can run it in the back through this little material that's on this scarecrow. See right here. Let me show you. So I just got some going through this little material here. I don't need quite this much, so let's cut some of that off. Okay. Then what I'll do is I will stick the arm from the other scarecrow right back here. And I'm going to tie it down with this wire. See, I'm just going to twist it around really good. And then I'm going to move it back around here so you can't see. Alright. Then, so I got those. Now I can do the same thing on the other side with this one. So let's see what I do with that little piece of, there it is. So I just take the other piece of wire and I'll just run it through the clothes here. Now remember, this is going to be on the wreath, so it should be fine. It should not come loose. Okay. There we go. So once I get it through there, I will make sure where I want this arm to go, like right there. I'm just going to do the same thing. Just going to pull the wire. I'm going to twist it right near this raffia so that that will kind of hide the wire. And then it'll look more like a set. Alright, I'll hide this back here. Alright, now they look like they're meant to go together. See? So what we can do, let's see, I kind of like that. I kind of like them looking like they're sitting. But let's put this up. So I'm just going to bring my little stand back. Okay. All right. Let's see. That's about as far as I can get it. But let's just pull you up a little bit. All right, there we go. So this is how I really want it to hang. So what I want to do is look at this and see how. I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so I want them to be kind of sitting. So I'm going to need to attach her in the back, right back here. And then him on the legs. Alright, so this is what I'm going to do. Let's move this back down. Okay, so we can get some more wire. Okay. I'm going to put some through the seat of his pants. There is some styrofoam in here, and if you're worried, you can stick a ice pick or an auger through there and make a hole. As a matter of fact, I think we'll do that. Okay, let's see. So we're just going to get out a pipe cleaner. I'm going to take my little ice pick. Let's just do an ice pick. And I'm going to poke a little hole in here without getting myself Alright, there we go. There we go. Then I'm going to stick a pipe cleaner right through there. Okay. There we go. I'll just tie that one time just to make sure it's not going to go anywhere. So let's see, that's there. So we want one here, one here. So orange. Let's get out an orange one. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing. See, now there's already a hole here. So I'll just use that and make another little hole. Oops. There we go. All right. Then I'll just stick this right through that hole we made. Okay. So now we got him. Now, I think we could do one more right here on her back. Like right about right here. So, let's take one more pipe cleaner. Let's see, where did we say? Okay, so over here on this side, just gonna poke a hole in here. Of course, I'm only doing that so it makes it a little bit easier to stick this through. Okay. Now, you don't have to use pipe cleaners. You can use wire, floral wire too. Alright. So, let's take this down. I'm going to show you the back. Alright. Alright. So now, from the back, I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to come around. I'm going to set them back down. Okay. Then I'm just going to stick these pipe cleaners right through the grapevine. Okay, see there's one right there. Okay, and what I can do is I will just glue a leaf right on here to cover that, like this. See, and then you're not gonna be able to see it. Okay, and then for her, I have two places I want to put through for her. So, one here, see if I can get it through. So that's a good and bad thing about having one that's nice and full. It can be a challenge to get things through. But you want it to be full enough so that it'll hold things. Okay. Okay, let me take this down so I can see. Alright. I have to get up close and personal with it so I can see it come through the back. There it is. Right, there's one. See, and all I'm doing is tying her down. Okay. Now, let's get the other one through. See, and that's all I do. I just push it through the back like this. Tie it off. So now this is brown. It's not going to be as easily seen. So let's cut that. And I will tuck it back in here like that. You see the way that looks? Alright, that looks so cute. And then just as a little added measure, I'm going to tie her up on this side as well. So I'll just do the same thing. Just going to stick it through the back while trying not to crush my bow or flowers. Oh, it got twisted. I was wondering why it didn't come through. Okay. Okay. All right. And that's it. So that's what it looks like when I put it up so you can see it better. All right, there we go. We have our little scarecrow group there. I still have to tie off that little piece. All right, so I hope you like this. I like it. I like all the colors. I think it turned out pretty good. And just remember, there's lots of different options you have for something like this. You know, this would also be a really cute option. They have these at Hobby Lobby. I've seen them at the Dollar Tree too. So, I hope this inspires you to make something of your own. And make sure to comment and subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.